Hello. Today we're going to learn how to tie a star harness. My name is Lazarus Redmayne and this is TheDuchy.com. We start with a 30-foot piece of rope folded over in the middle. Run that around the front of your partner and form a lark's head like we start many harnesses. Make sure the ropes are lying nice and flat and that it is snug but not super tight. Don't put the bend of that lark's head directly on the spine. Have it a little bit over to the side. We'll be distributing the force of the knots that are going to be collecting here in the back over the course of this tie, and we don't want to have too much pushing directly on the spine just in case we want to lie our partner down on their back later on. Reverse the tension of your lark's head and bring it back up to the opposite shoulder and across the front of the chest. Put 2 fingers underneath the front band on the same side as the rope is coming from. Grab the rope with those 2 fingers and pull it back up through. Adjust the tension so it's snug across the shoulders but not excruciatingly tight. And then bring the rope back up to the opposite shoulder. You'll notice that because we did that little move where we put our fingers in on the same side as the rope that came, the same side the rope came in from, we got this little decorative twist right here at the beginning, or right here in the middle. Adjust it so it looks good right in the center of the chest. Across the top of the shoulders, keep the same tension here as you had here to keep things even. Bring the rope across to the opposite side, slide your fingers on the opposite side that it came in from, and grab the rope with a scissors move and pull it through. Change the angle, reverse your rope and bring it up between the armpits. Now what I did there is I put my fingers between her arms and I scissored the rope and I pulled it through, and I'm pulling it across her chest right now. I don't actually need to turn her, but I wanted to show you what that looks like. So it's going across above the breast or across the upper chest if your partner's male. Back under the opposite armpit. And then through the opposite side. Now what I do is I like to have it go right between these 2 upright ropes and then underneath the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers there. I'm going to grab the rope with a little hook move and pull it straight through. This allows us to reverse tension on it again, but to distribute that force a little bit. Now I have a knot here and a knot here instead of bundling them all up in one place. That helps us make it a little smoother for someone. All right, I'm going to reverse direction again and go back across the chest. I'm going to go above the wrap that I just made here. I'm going to go above that one because when I bring it across the front of the chest, I would like this to lie above the strands on this side so that everything's smooth and nice and I don't have a bunching like this where I would have one rope pressing on top of another one, potentially making it uncomfortable for long-term wear. Pull it across to the opposite shoulder again. On the shoulder side of things, you'll note that again, I make sure that it's not lying across the rope here at the top like this, but I put it on closer to the neck so that the strands run parallel to each other and there's no bunching. Bringing it to the back. Again, we can come through. I'm going to lock these ropes down by putting this rope on top of it and going underneath the lowest strap so that everything kind of lies on top of each other and holds everything together a little more smoothly. I reverse direction again and I'm going to do the same thing. On this side, I'm going to go through under the arm, above the strap, above the line that was already there, so that when I come across the chest here, it's above that line and there's no line bunching. Now I will have a crossover right here, but that's what I'm expecting to have. And then up here at the top, again, I put this new strand a little closer to the neck so it's not laying on top of the strand that's already there. Bring the rope to the back again. Take it to the opposite side. I'm going to run my fingers underneath the lower band again, just the lower band. grab the rope, use a little hook motion. Oop, kind of got myself caught up there. And this lays the rope on top of this set of strands and underneath that other set of strands, which tends to hold everything nice and smooth and a little more comfortable for long-term wear. Now, I'll reverse direction again. I'm going to put my fingers up through the middle of all this, and I'm going to keep a little of that rope free, but draw the rest of the tails through. And in that space that I kept free, I then draw the tails through that again and pull everything tight. This has now tied and locked off the bondage. I can do it a second time if I want to make it a little more secure. That's entirely fine. And I have a little bit of extra rope left over. Now this was a 30-foot rope. Natasha here is only about 5'1", relatively petite. So I used maybe 22 feet of rope total, 25 maybe. So I have a little left over, and I could pull her hands up behind her and tie the hands together. I could weave the rope in between the back here just to use up that extra rope or something like that. I'm not going to do that for purposes of this particular tie, but just so you have, you know, the options that might exist. So that's it. I have the back and the front of the star harness or the pentagram or pentacle harness. Thank you very much. My name's Lazarus Redmayne, and this is TheDuchy.com.